Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? How about with or without? With? Okay, okay. All right, so we have a supporting statement from Senator Markey, who has been absolutely so supportive of the Tibetan community, human rights, and justice for all of us, not just individual groups. When he knows that when he stands up for Tibet, he's standing up for all of humanity. So he gets it. But anyway, I'm going to read his statement. Dear Massachusetts Tibetan community, I would like to thank you for joining this event today to honor and remember the 64th anniversary of the 1959 Tibetan Uprising. I thank you for taking the time to commemorate this momentous day and wish you the greatest success in promoting the values of justice, respect, and human dignity. I am proud to have worked to support the brave people of Tibet for over 40 years in Congress. I was deeply moved and honored to meet His Holiness the Dalai Lama during my 2008 visit to India. His devotion to the cause of the Tibetan people, his courage in defending their rights, and his commitment to harmony and understanding among people of all faiths serves as an inspiration to all of us who care about the freedom and dignity of every human being. Until the rights and dignity of the Tibetan people are fully respected, we must continue to steadfastly call out all forms of repression in Tibet. I will continue to stand alongside you and support your efforts during the challenges ahead. Thank you, the Tibetan Association of Boston, for your commitment to speak out for the rights of the Tibetan people and the rights of all those who are oppressed because of their faith. I am proud to stand with all of you and thank you for the work that you do. You truly are helping to make the world a better place. Sincerely, Senator Edward J. Markey. You said McGovern?
Yeah.
Okay. And now we have another statement from an outstanding member of Congress, Congressman McGovern, who has just every step of the way been so helpful. And I know you guys all know him. He's amazing. So I'm just going to read his statement here. Today, we commemorate the 64th anniversary of the Tibetan national uprising against Chinese occupation forces, when many Tibetans lost their lives and His Holiness the Dalai Lama and thousands of his followers were forced to flee their homeland. Tibetans living in open and democratic societies like those gathered here will commemorate this anniversary in public, but Tibetans living in Tibet cannot, nor will Tibetans in Nepal, where Chinese influence forces them to do so in private. That's why it is so important that you are here today. You remember, you commemorate, you speak out for those who cannot. People around the world know about Tibet and its history because of your persistence and your determination. Today I stand with you, with Tibetans all around the world in your struggle for dignity for the Tibetan people, a dignity based on the right to speak, worship, and live in a manner of one's own choosing. The ability of those in Tibet to exercise such basic human rights, including the right of self-determination, is denied by the People's Republic of China. I have had the honor of working with the Tibetan community to put their aspirations into legislation and law. In 2018, Congress passed and the President signed my Reciprocal Access to Tibet Act, which holds Chinese officials accountable if they don't allow access to Tibet. In 2020, we passed the Tibetan Policy and Support Act, which makes it U.S. policy that the successor or reincarnation of the Tibetan Buddhist leaders, including the future 15th Dalai Lama, is exclusively religious matter and should be decided solely by the Tibetan Buddhist community. This year, I have reintroduced my bipartisan promoting a resolution to the Tibet-China Conflict Act, our bipartisan legislation seeks to strengthen U.S. policy by grounding it in international law and countering Chinese disinformation, with the aim of getting the two sides to negotiate a durable solution. The fundamental rights the Chinese government denies to the Tibetan people includes the right of self-determination. This principle is the basis of His Holiness's middle way approach and should be the basis of the U.S. effort to end this conflict. We must also keep Tibetan prisoners of conscience at the forefront of our minds and our actions, including the Panchen Lama. No one should rest until all unfairly detained Tibetans are free and safe. 64 years is a long time, but through the wisdom and work of His Holiness and every Tibetan who strives to preserve their culture, religion, and identity, the dream of freedom remains alive. You haven't given up, and neither will I. On this Tibetan National Day, I say onward. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. And the day Shubula, non-Nubula Nane, around the treasure of Ki, Sunju Today, Sunding.